In Marvel Rivals, encountering toxic teammates is extremely common. However, encountering teammates so horrible that they blame their stupid plays on you is an entirely different breed.
Jeff, this is fucking stupid, bro. Exactly. Brain dead people.
And to make matters worse, after constantly feeding and throwing the game, they have the audacity to blame it all on me. Only for me to get them 2 games later and absolutely steamroll them. Holy shit, I just got 5! Proving just how delusional they really are. By the way, make sure you pay attention to Kingston's soft cookie mainly in this match. Upon starting this match, I immediately went to go harass the enemy backline. Even with all the nerfs Jeff got on the 2.5 patch, he's still a lot more viable than people give him credit for flanking. They're down Loki, that's so big. This Hella's alone, I could probably get her too, right? I was eating pick after pick in their backline, to the point where they were practically down multiple people every fight. But even with getting picks every fight and doing my best to heal my team, we'd end up losing this round. And things didn't get any easier going into this next round. Oh, that's a hello. I can't peek that. I started to realize that my team was just straight up making bad plays and expecting us to fix it. Even with the enemy popping multiple DPS ults, we just wouldn't back up.
Why are we ego peeking 2 DPS ults?
But even still, I was doing my best to secure kills and apply pressure the best I could. At the end of the day, if a game is really horrible, the only thing you can do is try to turn it around on your own. That is simply the reality of solo queue. After literally killing 3, however, the first domino of our team's mental would soon fall.
They have 2 good eyes, so this is gonna be so fucking hard, bro.
This come on its own wasn't a big deal, it was honestly a fine observation. However, I'd soon find out that this was only the first of what was yet to come. I have a respawn beacon, buddy. I'm taking you with me. After getting the point to 99, however, we would soon lose the fight and one of our teammates would immediately start crashing out. We were down 3 or 4 lane.
Please, I swear to God.
Oh, you were solo on point. 4 are dead.
Again? How am I solo on point 3 times in a row?
Yo, they have 2 Luna.
Yeah,
We don't have nothing.
The reality was that, as you saw earlier, these players were blatantly feeding and making horrible decisions and expecting someone to save them with the overly broken support ultimates. Meanwhile, not only did they not even attempt to ask me to swap, but this extra guy was on tank the whole game, ending with only 1 final and the most death. So when I realized they were on the enemy team in my next game, I knew how to pop off and prove them wrong, and maybe do a little bit of trolling. So my first goal was to quickly charge my ultimate. Oh, that's half my team dead! That's not cool. Since this fight was already lost, I did my best to stall the cart. On Jeff, there are so many unique ways you can get value. Even things like stalling that don't show up on the scoreboard can be the difference between a round won and a round lost. And since my team was struggling to break the momentum, I knew what my job was. I had to pull enough attention to allow my team to get back for us to get the point back. This team fight was resting on my shoulders, and I wasn't going to risk dying. So when I saw 3 of the enemy push me, I knew I did my job and that it would be best to use my ultimate to get out safely. No, live! And unfortunately, the toxic teammates from before were actually doing fairly decent, and I wasn't going to continue to let that happen. So I knew what had to be done, and thankfully at least, I played it slow, and we were able to win the point.
Nice, pretty hold Emma.
Dude, this Groot is taking so much damage, I can't even keep him up. Even though us being down a few in this fight, it still looked winnable. So I did my best to get a big ult and clutch.
Touch point. Touch point. Touch point. I have 2 touch points. I have both their tanks. No tanks. Their tanks are behind us, by the way.
Even with the enemy team having both their tanks taken away, however, they still wouldn't secure a first point. But on the bright side, we got them to overtime, so I couldn't let myself lose to these toxic teammates. I had to win this match on the very character that they questioned. Support dip. Oh shit, there's nobody mind control. Ah! Even with the picks I was getting, ults I was getting out, and on top of that, still good healing, we were still struggling to hold them down. So I had to change my strategy a little bit.
All they do is overextend. We just need to go cart.
Armed and dangerous again.
At this point, I was starting to get a little frustrated. It felt like no matter what I did, things weren't getting any easier for us. Alright, at least we got it to overtime. This is still winnable. Things were looking rough. If I didn't hard carry going into the next round, there was a good chance we weren't going to win this match. So I tried my best to sway the outcome. I made sure that I was pulling even more attention and getting even more picks, and overall trying to maximize the value I could get on Jeff here. I had to prove these enemies wrong. There's like 3 looking at me right now. And by managing to pull the attention of people, it allowed my team to take space. This simple change in playstyle was absolutely transforming the outcomes of these fights. I was not going to let us lose this match. It was too winnable to give up now. I was going to prove these guys wrong. And in order to make that happen for sure, I thought it would be funny and pull out the Rage Bait Shark. After all, it was too good not to Rage Bait the Fantastic from a few games ago. Got you, buddy! Oh, run away! Help! Help! This is what happens when you awaken the beast! Not only were we turning this game around, but I was above my toxic teammate from 2 matches ago on support.
Rage Bait Jeff is crazy.
Things were looking great. I continued to rat in the enemy backline and pull attention, which led to us ending up capping the second point.
The moon haunts you again.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint.
After a while of flanking, their Psylocke would eventually start to target me and peel for me though. Yo, get away from me, bitch. Get away, get away, get away. And since I knew that the enemy mag was holding ult for me, I decided to pop ult to flank and bait their Magneto. And it became a complete waste. And now I was able to flank. She's still chasing me, get away. Okay, I have Ultron and Psylocke looking at me. My team should benefit here. I was pulling so much attention on Shark here. I quite literally had 2 or more looking at me at all times, which led to my team being able to roll. And eventually we'd end up capping 3rd point. This game was actually winnable. Not only was it winnable, however, but I was still above the teammates that trash talked me games ago. All they had to do here was stay locked in and secure this win. The fate of this match was resting on my shoulders. We were up time and had them at OT on the first choke. We practically had this game in the bag. However, no matter how winnable or losable a game is, if not careful, things can tilt in the other team's favor. Oh, that's such unlucky timing. We couldn't let them get momentum here. If we wanted to secure this win, we would have to stop their push right now. Ultron won.
Us against the world.
Ultron still won. Why is no one shooting the rocket standing still? He's won. Please!
Extermination by the eye of Agamotto.
Although, for some reason, we just weren't shooting the supports, which was making it a lot harder for us to do anything. I knew that all we had to do was kill their healers in this match would be won, so I did my best to convince my team to help me target the enemy backline.
I'm not leaving to target these healers right now.
I'm with you. I'm shooting him with you. That's why I keep calling it. But thankfully, soon enough, I'd have it so fat that my team could have literally been AFK in this fight and we still would have won. Holy shit, I just got 5! That might be the biggest fucking Jeff ult of all time. Oh my god. This game was more winnable than ever. And although the enemy captured first point, the reality was we were still up in time compared to them. If we could maintain momentum, we would absolutely steamroll them. I made sure to not let my guard down for even a second and stayed locked in throughout this entire round.
I'm on rocket right now, Magic. Strange one, strange one, strange one, strange one. Rocket one, rocket one, rocket one. Good shit, guys. That's all we had to do. Shoot the healers.
You again? You did it from last time? Come here.
Mag has no healer LOS. Shoot him. I'm body blocking him. Nice. Oh, you had walls on. Never mind. Good game.
And finally, after 44 kills on Jeff, we won this game. And you know I had to rub it in a little bit to the enemy too. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe. I have been working very hard on getting more posts out, and I really hope you come back for more.